Hello, everyone. I'm very excited to have this opportunity to showcase DocLink for you. And my hope and goal is that we can kind of inspire you a little bit and also give you information so that you can really consider whether or not investing in document management is the right choice for you. Here's a great fun thing. Sean in the back, you want to wave, Sean? He has cold hard cash in his pocket, and he's willing to give it away. And that means we would love to have you participate if you're up for it. So if I ask you a question, the first person to raise their hand, right, is going to be able to get a prize. And I like the cash idea because I think of that as a DocLink benefit, right? DocLink is all about streamlining processes, and streamlining processes help companies save money. So what you're getting is a sample of a DocLink benefit. All right, you ready? First one. Who is drowning in paperwork today? I saw a hand right over here. So Sean in the front, lady in the black and white. I'm so sorry. And I understand it. And a lot of companies are drowning in paperwork. And the problem with that is that there are financial implications by doing business manually and routing your documents through manual business processes. Here's another opportunity. Are you ready? Is it a nice amount of cash? Nice, okay, so take a look here on the screen. When I think about documents, I think about them being stored in filing cabinets, right? Off-site storage, the warehouse floor, down in the dungeon, in the cage, right? All of these are real-life scenarios. Ready for your pop quiz? Who is storing documents on a warehouse floor? Ah, okay, gentleman here in front. I'm sorry to hear that, and we can help you. Anyone else? So next one is not a cash award, but anyone else having paper-based issues that they just want to shout out? Filing cabinets, anyone? Raise your hand. Right? Yeah, it's a serious issue. And why? Is because there are time implications. Right? So let's take a look next. Did you know that it costs $20 to simply filing a document? Right, and start thinking to yourselves in terms of how many times do you or your staff members go to filing cabinets to file, retrieve, search, copy, refile, get it out again? What happens when you can't find that document? So these cost implications we can think about in terms of how many documents are you actually filing away on a daily basis or a weekly basis. Here's a customer example. Oh, we went really fast. My nervous thumbs, right? DocLink customer. They've been a customer for 10 years. 10 years is important because that speaks to the stability of the product. But they are actually storing 2 million documents annually. Think about those costs. How much would it have cost them to store or to file away each one of those documents? What happens if it got stuck with a file clip, right, or a staple? You think that cost explanation would kind of ratchet up? Who raised their hand in terms of storage? Right? So how much? These are questions that you should be asking yourselves to determine, is it worth spending dollars, right, to invest in technology to solve these issues? But $85,000 annually was spent in storage. How much are you spending annually in storage? And how about if we could help you solve that? File cabinet square footage. Think about this in terms of the growth of your organization. Is your organization in a position of needing to grow, right, or expand? And do you need to actually rent additional office space? What happens if we could remove all of those filing cabinets and give you productive space instead? Would that be worth your while? So these are the questions that I want you to ask yourself. How much time are you spending searching for documents? This is your own internal ROI equation, right? Return on investment. Filing and refiling. How much time? How many people are doing that task? Reproducing documents for others. Someone asks for a document, sends them off to the filing cabinet. Sorry, it's not there. I'll have to reproduce it, right? It's a very big time consideration. All right. Big search and retrieval benefits. These are my favorites. Tons of ways to capture internal and external documents to store them all in a centralized repository. Next thing, we want to have now documents at our fingertips. No more running off to filing cabinets. No more time spent retrieving a document from offsite storage. And you want to view them in any tool that you have, or in DocLink, or in Sage. It becomes very, very compelling having those documents readily available. Now, the other business issue that document management solves for companies is about streamlining processes. Let's take a simple one, accounts payable. Who routes payable? Payable question, right? Who routes invoices through a manual approval process today? Hands? You get the gold star. If you play, then you get paid. That's how it works, you know. Sean, lady in the back. So yes, right? Invoices come into the organization. We may put a rubber stamp on them, and then we're going to route them to other people. So I'm getting a head nod, right? Do you do that as well? Interoffice, via email, courier services. So think about this in terms of how much does it cost to route documents through your organization today? And that becomes your powerful return on investment calculation, determining, is it valuable for you to invest in technology to solve that issue? All right, ready to raise your hand? Come on, play, it's fun. All right. We have a couple issues. Approval delays, right? We've already talked about that one. Take a look at these other ways. Minimize data entry. It says date, but we really mean data, right? Who is doing duplicate data entry in their process today? Anyone want, ooh, I'm so sorry, but we can pay you a little bit of a DocLink benefit now and maybe help you later, okay? DocLink, Sean, gentleman in the front. So yes, so when we talk about business processes, what we are trying to do is to help you to streamline those processes and return visibility and control to that particular process, right? Visibility of the document, wherever it is in that approval chain, and then also visibility to the transaction. What will it mean to you? How about if you did not have to pay any more late fees? Or what happens if you were to be able to negotiate an early pay discount with your vendor? It really becomes quite compelling when you start looking at the overall financial equation. All right, some little samples for you. We had talked about routing documents between offices. Anyone in multiple offices today? Raise your hand. No one? Okay, we'll skip through. How about lost or misplaced documents? Is that an issue that you're experiencing? What would it mean if we could help you solve that? Right? Oh, did I miss someone? Thank you. See, it takes a village. Here's the other thing that we talked about. At what growth rate will you need to hire staff members in order to keep up with your transactional volume? Right? What about if we invest in technology, make that expenditure one time, and then reap the benefits? So here's some questions to start asking yourself to determine, do we need to invest, right? Is it hard to locate documents that are out for approval, right? Thank you. Are you doing double data entry, right? And at what growth rate would you need to hire someone? So think about those questions, and the answers are quite revealing for you. All right, what are the benefits, right? What are my top favorite? Anyone else kind of see a favorite up here on the screen? Which one would be most meaningful? Anyone want to shout it out? If I shout it out, do I get paid? All right. So let me kind of summarize everything by just showcasing for you a little bit about DocLink, right? What is this tool, this magical tool that can help you solve all of these business benefits? It is an enterprise-wide document management and workflow solution. It enables you to both capture any kind of document, file, report, or file type, and save it in a centralized library. Number two, you can also use workflow to route it around for approval processes. And think broadly. We talked a little bit about AP today because most people can relate. But what about customer POs coming into the organization? Do those need to go through a workflow? What about an HR application? So the big thing there is that it is an enterprise-wide solution. Do you need help routing documents outside of the organization? Think about an AR invoice combined with a signed deliver receipt. Are you doing that manually today? If so, we can help you streamline that process. The big thing is to think about where are your paper-based pains and bottlenecks, and then to also think about what are the costs of doing business manually. And that answer will tell you whether or not that it would be worthwhile investing in document management. So, if there are any questions, I'd be happy to entertain them, or I would love to visit you. We're back in the corner there under Altec, and I'd love a chance to visit and talk about how we can help you streamline processes and go paperless. Thank you.